Hello friends, Father Scott Vanderveer here. Can you guess where I am? You may wish to guess that I'm at St. Alphonsus in Glens Falls, the former French-Canadian Catholic church that has been cherished and that closed more than 10 years ago. But no, I'm not. I'm actually at my first love as a priest. This was my very first assignment, St. Mary's in Oneonta. If you've never been here, isn't it remarkable how much this church looks like St. Alphonsus? It was the same architect who designed it, and it is a treasured place for Catholics here in Otsego County on the west side of the Catskills. Also treasured for generations here in Oneonta is what is across the street, St. Mary's. It's a Catholic school that served this community for generations. Well, that mission of Catholic education stopped here in Oneonta more than 15 years ago, maybe almost 20 now, because St. Mary's School, although it moved to a brand new location back in the early aughts, did not survive. Now, there could be lots of reasons for that. We know that private education is difficult. It doesn't involve any tax revenue, and so it's highly based on tuition and on the needs of people in the community it serves. It is sometimes a hard sell in an increasingly secular culture. And so St. Mary's is something that is treasured in memory here in Oneonta, but that causes a lot of pain for folks. The school remains the parish center for the church, and there were a lot of wonderful memories that I got to have in that building. But I think you can hear that the loss of that school caused a wound that continues in the community today. And Oneonta is not alone. That's exactly how the people of South Glens Falls feel about St. Michael's, which was open for about 20 glorious years from the 1950s until 1977. The people of Hudson Falls and Fort Edward feel the same way about their Catholic schools. What is it that makes Catholic education such a treasure for us? Well, for one, it was something that kept our ancestors alive. When our ancestors came from the old country, wherever that was, they settled into communities and neighborhoods where they could be strengthened by one another's cooking, by the local language from where they were from, but also from the church parish community that strengthened them. That's why I referred to St. Alphonsus as a French-Canadian Catholic church, because they were the ones who settled it. They were the ones who loved and sacrificed for that church. When we look back over what causes a Catholic school to survive and what causes other Catholic schools not to survive, we are faced with some deep questions that don't have easy answers. But one of the things that we know is that a Catholic school that does not evolve to meet the changing needs of the communities they serve will not last for long. And so that is why we at St. Mary's in Glens Falls, at SMSA, are committed to doing the hard work of evolving and adapting and pivoting to meet the needs of our community. We're doing that by setting the 3 strategic goals that we've set for this summer and for this first year at SMSA. And that is to balance our enrollment so that there is a good student-teacher ratio and also a robust classroom Catholic school experience. Number 2, to make sure that we have a behavior modification system that works, that gives the right amount of gas and clutch, that allows our young people to be affirmed and treated with great love and care and dignity, but also held to a high standard where there are predictable consequences for choices. And finally, to have a first-rate Catholic school academic experience, so that all of our students benefit from a private Catholic education. We are meeting and exceeding those goals this summer, improving and balancing our enrollment from where it was at the beginning of the summer, balancing our needs for our behavior modification plans to make sure that we have a school-wide approach to requiring our students to live up to the high standard of nobility and virtue that makes an SMSA education an advantage for life. And by working with curriculum experts, including our new school director, Professor Marion Slater, to make sure that we are giving people a tremendous experience of private Catholic education at the same level of rigor and beyond the level of rigor of any other school in our area. And so, friends, as I stand here in the place of my first love as a priest, beloved St. Mary's in Oneonta, I reach out to all of you, asking for your continued love and support of our beloved SMSA. This year, we are adapting to the needs of greater Glens Falls community by extending a homeschool partnership we're calling Carrie Cousins, so that we can not only increase our critical mass in our school by including homeschool families, but also so that we can meet the needs that those people who are choosing an alternative form of education are seeking to have filled by a local Catholic school community. We are restoring the school band with our alumnus and composition major from NYU, professional musician Ben Rowley. We're restoring our sports program, 3 seasons of sports, with our athletic director, Angela Cugini Gerard. We are increasing all of the programming in our school, making sure that we have all sorts of clubs and activities going on, and having a library that is open 5 days a week and staffed by alumni and by parishioners who are retired teachers. The intergenerational advantages, the small family feel, the high standards for discipline, the loving, caring awareness that every child is made in God's image, you can't beat a private Catholic education. And there is nowhere better for that than our beloved SMSA. I am so glad that God has called me from St. Mary's in Oneonta to St. Mary's in Coxsackie and St. Patrick's in Ravenna, and now to St. Mary's and SMSA in Glens Falls, so that I can be there with you for the unfolding of this tremendous renaissance in private Catholic education in the North Country. May God bless you all.